So we join back in for a very exciting and special episode as our adventurers last week delved further into the final room of the corrupted Lyrixan Temple. Volu maybe pushed through a portal before Eleni and the others rushed to get after them and entering the corrupted planescape that is unfolding in front of them. And as mentioned at the end of last week's episode, we will be trialing, seeing if we like playing around, because we like to try new things, the Daggerheart rules. And we have converted all of our characters from 5e into Daggerheart as closely and as possible as they relate. There's going to be some nice wibbly wobbly twisty stuff because obviously in a corrupted world sometimes things don't always work the way you want them to, and some players have gone and bought new dice as the little dice goblins they are. Yeah, Chris is buried somewhere. But yes, so we join in as our players are dealing well. So Volu, Eleni, and Ichi, having landed and already begun dealing with some of the issues that maybe the corrupted landscape might provide. We're going to start with Dante. So Dante, as you closed your eyes, you took the leap, you jumped out, and obviously there's that rushing, falling feeling that almost matched the rush of energy as you ignited your flames, and then almost a feeling akin to when you misty stepped previously. Not a violent disintegration, but a disintegration nonetheless, as you almost turn to ash and begin to reform on the other side. You less land and more suddenly become aware of the squishy, damp feeling that is now soaking into your back and trousers that tells you that you are on some sort of soft mud-like ground. And as you open your eyes to the sky, there's almost like that haze of like a bit of like the a bit of the sort of fog and twist of like almost dizziness as you've come out of this portal, and everything's pink and purple. And as you look around and sort of push yourself up, the swamp muck's still clinging, but as you sort of pull up your hand, it's almost like gloopy red swamp dirt that's sort of coming off you. However, as you flick your hands, your flames burn them away. You're sort of still prone. You don't see anybody around you. You could drop me a perception if you want, or you wanted to get up, or like obviously, what would you like to do in this moment?
I definitely will kind of want to kick up, but I want to stay low, like kind of quietly, and then have a quick look around.
Okay, give me a perception.
Can you tell me what I'm rolling for that?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That would be... It is instinct, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's about right. So it's just instinct with...
So you roll 2 d12s, and you add them together? Sorry, I'm going
to... add them together with the modifier.
With the modifier, yes, for our audience, so we will get the rules.
Yeah.
So yes, and if your fear is higher, you have rolled with fear. If your hope is higher, you have rolled with
and
hope.
my instinct is -1, so it's d12 -1.
2 d12s minus
2 d12s minus 1, and then you have to say, I rolled this with hope or this with fear, depending on which dice was higher.
It's highest. Okay, cool. So I rolled a 9 with hope. No, it's hope, sorry, with fear.
So again, I think we add the 2 dice together, right?
Yeah, you do.
So
sorry,
you rolled
15 with fear.
15 with fear. So I collect a fear. And just so we know, obviously, and to explain to the audience maybe that haven't seen Daggerheart and our players, the sort of rankings go. If you succeed with hope, you get what you were asking for and more. If you succeed with fear, you get what you're asking for, but maybe there's something else. Failing with hope means you did fail, but something might come out of it. And a fail with fear is not
bad.
it's not a critical fail, but it's not the worst you can do. And also to let everybody know, a critical for you guys is if you roll the same same number on both dice. So even if that's a 1-1, we don't add them up at that point. You rolled a double, so that's a critical.
Is that critical good or critical bad?
And critical good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Dante, as you sort of look around and kick up, there's a heavy, almost, and again, everything in this is purple, pinky shades of red, almost. If you imagine a monochrome world where they're trying to provide all the same shades, but out of purples and pinks and reds. And a heavy mist seems to be curling over. You can see you're definitely in a swamp, or at least a corruption swamp. And as you're looking around, all of a sudden, movement catches your eye. And as you sort of take a glance, they don't seem to have seen you, but you see 5 figures in sharp silhouettes. As you're looking, they all look like they're dressed in like long trench coats. However, as your eyes sort of focus in, you notice that their bodies are shrouded in corruption, their skin almost rippling like oil. Yet their faces, as one of them sort of turns in your direction, it's almost like a completely blank face except for eyes and a creepy smile from ear to ear. And you
Dante
can
will go to grab his sword.
Okay, and as you start to draw and get hold and ready to go, you notice all of a sudden that they're dragging a limp form across the mire. And as that body sort of comes through the fog into focus, you see the curly hair and the long draped leather jacket, and you know that form too well as Eleni's. Covered in scars and beats and bruises and all unconscious as they're being dragged through the mud.
I really don't know what's going on here, but I'm seeing corrupted people dragging Eleni. That's enough for me. I'm jumping to get to attack and or get Eleni back.
Okay. How does that look? And as you start to do, firstly, I don't think you fully noticed that your form has slightly changed. You are, as we come forwards, more elemental than previous. If you imagine before it was like scarred, it's almost like that is actual embers and fire now. It's your flame side is almost being enhanced in this space.
I'm going to say you're right. I do not notice this at first. And I am just leaping in. Is my sword... So you said my sword was lit beforehand. Is it still lit?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. I am jumping straight into attack.
Okay.
So I'm literally just running, leaping, and yeah, just shouting, "Get away!" I'm just gonna whack the person who has Eleni, aiming for the wrist if there's possible, just because so far my fire burns stuff up. Trying to sever that. What do I do?
So it is again. So your weapon that you are using should have an attribute or a stat with it. Yeah. I believe strength for your sword. So you're gonna again do 2d12s, add them together plus your modifier.
Yep. So I've got improved greatsword. It's 2d10 plus 6 physical. That's for damage.
So that's
and
if you hit,
strength. Yeah, and strength melee.
So 2d12s plus them together and add your modifier from your strength.
Right. Okay. So 2d12 plus 2, which is my strength.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's probably
So,
why it says the trait on the weapon, doesn't it? It says agility or strength or whatever.
so
In the,
that's
yeah.
16 with hope.
Okay,
Nice.
so you get to
Nice.
add a hope mark, and the guys, it might be easier. I mean, for my fear in person, I'm using a dice. Might be easy for you, or notes or whatever, but you do have hope to spend and track. I think you start with 2, so
Yeah,
so
you do.
Dante,
Oh, do you start
so,
with 2? Okay,
Dante should now have 3.
cool. Didn't realise that.
As you leap through the air, screaming, you're almost again that enhanced elemental energy, rather than almost like a sustained flame, Dante. The sword is white hot, but you feel the burst as you swing down, almost that transfer of flame energy, and the figure just entirely just bursts in its place as the spotlight is still yours. The way this works for those, so the DM can spend fear to interrupt, or I get to interrupt whenever you roll with fear.
Or if he
If
fails.
or if you fail. If obviously there were other players, that we would pass the spotlight back and forth, but for the moment, Dante, you can continue as the form of Eleni now slumps wetly into the mud, though the other 4 figures are turned, and you notice now, whether created out of corruption on the spot or whether you just didn't notice before, sharp, long daggers in their hands as they all turn on you. However, it's still your turn.
So am I right in saying if I now can I use an experience for attack rolls?
Yeah, if
I
you
use
think it
things?
applies, you can use experiences for anything if you think it applies.
So I've got an experience of walking through the fire. So it's adversity and also anger and passion of the things that Dante's been going through. And he is seeing a friend being taken clearly against her will. And that enrages Dante to want to just burn up even hotter and smack the shit out of things.
Okay, so on your attack roll this time, you get the bonuses you had before, but an additional. What is that plus from that?
Walk 3 will be 3 plus 3.
You get an additional +3.
Do you have to spend a hope to use your
You
experience?
do have to spend a
Oh,
hope to add
I
the
didn't know
experience.
that.
My apologies.
Okay,
That's
cool.
okay. I wasn't sure. I was checking.
And again, it is
I was going to
worth
say, because
using.
otherwise I'm going to be spanking that one.
Yeah, no, it is worth spending. They do come and go, so it is worth using the.
Yep. I have now lost what? I've got too many tabs open. So that is now +5. So
You've only lost 1 hope. You've not lost all hope, so it's all good.
no, I've gained 1 and now I've lost 1. And that is 20 with fear. That one.
Okay, so success with fear. So I gain a fear, going up to 6.
Yeah.
And I also then get to interrupt. So Dante, as you swing your sword, almost you do enhance that extra energy, but almost even in giving into the primal rage of it, over swing with the greatsword, extending yourself. Another one of the figures just bursts it, and completely disintegrates as your sword cleaves through it. But as you do, I am so first I get to interrupt once because he rolled a fear, and I'm going to spend an additional fear to have both. I'm going to spend an additional 2 fear actually, spending 3 in total to have all 3 of the people that are there get to interrupt in this moment.
Okay, so you're down to 3 fear.
So I'm down to 4 because the first interrupt is because he rolled with a fear.
So you went up to 6.
But this is so I get to interrupt once because he's feared, and then I'm getting
I
2
see.
additional. I'm spending 2 to get 3.
So you're at 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how it works. In the comments, feel free to tell me if I'm wrong, but I've been running some combat scenarios. So in that moment, Dante, all 3 of the remaining figures lunge towards you and each trying to dig their dagger deep into your chest, gut, and shoulder. First one is only a 9 compared to your evasion.
Nope.
So you duck the first one if it comes close. The second one, a 13.
Yes, if I've got, so my evasion's 12.
Yes.
If that's everything all set up.
Yeah. And the third one, a 20.
Before
Oh,
I was
go
going
on.
to say before that, I don't know if I'm using this right. I want to use the scramble ability,
What
which
does it say?
once per rest, when a creature within melee range would deal damage to you, you can avoid the attack and safely move out of melee range of the enemy.
Yes.
Nice.
You can. Very nice. So, do you have to spend? Does it say you have to spend anything for that?
It says
The,
Blade 3, Recall 1.
the blade, the abilities and the cards usually say it. So if it doesn't say it on the card, I'm going to say it doesn't. So Dante, you notice, so you dodge that first one before noticing two extended blades about to be basically digging straight into your abdomen, catching the hand of the closest and using that momentum to dive backwards. You push and gain some distance. However, the three now turn to you, closing, almost blocking you from Eleni, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to pause there on Dante for a moment.
Cool.
Eleni,
Yes.
where we last left you, you were falling through the sky.
I was.
You still feel that tumbling and falling sensation as you fall. And almost you are currently like lost in the thoughts of the last time you were here and the last feeling you had of almost like sinking beneath the swampy mud.
Yeah.
And then you hear Dante's voice screaming, "Get off her!" And it snaps you and your moths extend the wings once again. Can you give me an instinct as you are still in the swampy surroundings, but almost now confused, trying to find the source of the sound?
Oh, okay. That is 20 with fear.
Okay, so I go up to 5 fear. And you do succeed, however. As you look down, you, at this distance, the silhouettes almost do give you that panic. Before remembering again, you're in the corrupted space. And you can see Dante below, flaming sword swinging wildly. There seems to be fighting with three of these. When you see him, he's like hitting the fourth. Do you know what I mean? As you like catch him as he destroys the fourth, and then catches the hand and ducks away. So you're sort of seeing that vision. Maybe a good 100 feet below still.
Okay.
But with the 20, you do catch sight of the body lying behind, and again, almost that out of body experience of looking upon your own unconscious body in a moment when you knew that you were so close to death. And I'm going to say it marks a stress.
Okay.
However, if you would like to take action,
I mean, how fast am I falling?
so the wings have now extended and you have sort of stopped falling.
Out of game, I can't remember why I've got wings. I can remember that I have got wings, but I can't remember
just in this space, the moths seem to be able to
That's all right.
produce it.
I thought you said that she's being dragged, or did she just fly up? Sorry.
Oh
Did I
no,
just miss it?
this is different.
I'm so confused.
You think I'm being dragged. I'm actually falling out the sky and I'm seeing you.
Oh, okay. Just sorry, as we're just out of game pause there. Did you do damage to me a moment ago?
No.
No.
Because again, when I would have done damage, you did the ability to stop the damage and move away. The second attack would have hit you, but you'd already moved out of melee range.
Oh, right. Okay,
so,
cool.
so that's why I was saying it's actually a really good move, because to do it to the first one meant you didn't take an attack from the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you avoided all of the attacks in that moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm sort of hovering right now, and they're 100 feet below me.
Yes.
Ooh. So I think I would like to pull out my fine hair bow, which has a very far range,
Right.
and try to shoot one of the bad guys if I can see them.
Uh-huh.
So I roll with agility. Oh, and that's okay. So that's 12. So that's a 14, but it's with hope.
Okay. So misses, but mark a hope.
Yeah.
As you release the arrow, it's again and almost giving you that connected feeling in as you have in a lot of the corrupted spaces.
Mm-hmm.
As the arrow's closing in at about like it's not looking, and then it snaps, shifts to arrow dodge.
Yeah.
For Dante, an arrow just out of the sky, and as you sort of look up, you see Eleni floating with large silvery moth wings in the air, and as you look back to the other Eleni, you notice that the blood, the scars, all that bruising is actually corruption, and your vision is fading. You're almost starting to realize maybe some of this is an illusion.
Can I just check, Liam? Did you spend a fear to give me that stress, or are you still on fine?
That was because that's because you rolled with a fear.
Okay. So instead of
So,
taking a fear, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I rolled with hope, so I could, in theory, go again.
Yeah.
I
What
wanted
I'll
to.
say is, obviously, I'll offer the spotlight over to Dante as.
Yeah. This is where
That,
me
that,
and you get to decide now. The spotlight's with us,
so
Chris,
this is
so
it.
we
While
can
the
decide what
way
we want
that
to do.
combat really works, and we will flick over to the others in a moment, so to give you a heads up, we are coming your way. While you have the spotlight, it is purely up to you how you hand back and forth, whether you work together, whether you throw all that stuff is purely within while you have the spotlight until I take it via the means that we've talked about. So Dante, right now, it's not necessarily that you have actions. You are confused in this moment, seeing this winged Eleni raining down arrows. How are you reacting as...
I'm confused. If this is an illusion, then do I still have access to any of my spells? Like
Only what you have, only what you have on this couch.
Okay then. Then I'm going to. Is there a way to investigate to see if this is an illusion?
So you can roll me an intelligence.
And I'm going to,
Well,
with
like a
say,
knowledge, you mean, Liam?
Yeah, sorry, a knowledge.
cool. And I want to use. I've got too many bloody things out.
Is it me, or does this feel more tense than usual? Like
Yeah.
every time you roll, there's a potential that Liam can get an advantage. I'm
Yes.
literally like,
Wait till he's
And-
on 12 fear and he hasn't spent any yet, and we're all like, oh my god, what's he gonna do?
I don't know if I'm gonna get there. I really like it.
I want to
I'm
use.
not a nice PM.
I want to use the I am the genie's bottle and spend a
Okay.
hope. And that's one of my experiences. And for that, I want like as say with all my stuff with Tenebrace, him using things to fuck with people. He's pretty good with kind of being able to spot an illusion.
Okay. Yeah. I'll spend your hope, and you can
So
add
that
your bonus.
so that was a +3 one, wasn't it? I'm a genie's bottle. Walk with through the fire is +3, and my other one is +2. So sorry, I've got too many screens going.
Oh,
So and this is knowledge, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So just with hope, like just about. I've got 13 for knowledge, and so for
Okay. So mark yourself a hope. Obviously, the one you just spent, you gain back. As you're thinking about it, so there's that level of some of this is definitely real. When you hit it with a sword, it hit. Like that was physical contact. But definitely it's almost like something's overlaying. Do you know what I mean? As if like they're actually all like, so this isn't the case, but this is the thing I've got in my head at the minute. Like they're all zombies, but they're wearing illusions to make them look alive, right? Like It's
Mhm.
there is something there. There is definitely something lying on the ground there. It's like indenting the ground and everything.
I'm
But what you're seeing is being fucked with.
I'm genuinely worried that this is these are some of the guards that we came in with, and like the whole point of the corruption is that it starts getting you to attack and things like that.
I like the paranoia.
Uh, goes with the infection.
Yeah, it does.
But
It does. The first symptom.
so because it's still our spotlight, right? You said
You
Mm.
is still your spotlight.
would just follow up to Aileni and just be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Eleni's just gonna sort of shrug and she's gonna shoot another arrow. She's like
Mm-hmm.
not messing about, and I want to come in closer, but I still want to stay within that quite far range. I don't want them getting Milliam.
Yeah, that's all good.
So every time you roll, oh, do you know that's bad. That's a whole 8 with fear.
Oh, so I gain a fair.
And I'm assuming that misses as well.
Yes, and not only because again a fail with fear. So as you sort of draw up and release, you're bringing yourself in, and it's not immediate. You're not like plummeting out the sky, but you're noticing the sort of expending energy in this place. Some of your moths are sort of starting to trail off and come back to you and almost too tired. So your wings are slowly getting smaller. You don't think this is a permanent enhancement. But the arrow sails far past and just sort of digs into the ground. Actually, the arrow digs into the ground near Dante. That momentary look down, I'm going to spend a fear to have the two of the creatures rush Dante with the distraction as they steal the spotlight. So I am down to 4, I believe. Am I correct there? Perfect. So the first attack, Dante, even with the distraction, ducking back as the blade slips by your face. However, the second on a 16, I believe, does hit your evasion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick browse over my I keep flicking between all the different tabs.
Definitely do.
That would be difficult. I mean, possible. Is it meat to beat? Still.
So your evasion was 13, wasn't it? No, 12.
12.
Your evasion was 12.
No, I'm just wondering if is it still meat to beat,
I don't
like in
know. I
general?
don't know. Give me a
I
sec.
think it is, but let me check.
Then there's no point me using any of that. And cool. Okay, there's now that I can do as far as I'm aware.
I think
Come
it
at.
is me to beat, yeah.
Well, it's okay. Like, let's just say it hits me. Come at me, bro.
Okay, so damage. So the way, obviously, again, damage works slightly different in Daggerheart. So I roll the damage. So that is 8 points. You then compare that against your thresholds.
So, threshold of my armor. There's a base score of 5, and then the base threshold is 8 to 18.
1 second, sorry. Look on the top left of your character sheet. It should.
It says,
Yeah.
armor 5, base score.
So what's your minor damage, major damage? What's
8,
that?
18.
8 and 18.
Oh, say mine and major,
Yeah,
11 and 21.
perfect.
Okay, so because I've rolled an 8, you take a minor damage, and that would be 1 bar of damage.
1 hit point.
But you can then choose whether you want to take that to your armor instead. You can take 1 bar from any bit of damage onto your armor instead until that's fully filled, if you want to.
So that's why you've got an armor score, like a base score of 5 or whatever it is, or 4.
So what's the base threshold on armor?
So that the base threshold for armor is what you start off with before you add your levels. So
Yeah.
if you're on an 8, what was it, or a 9,
818.
818, then you add your level 3, which gives you your
Yeah.
11,
So
21.
if you were a level 1
Cool.
wearing that armor, you would be at 818. But because
Cool.
you're a
And
level
if
3
I
wearing,
choose to take 1 off my armor, then that means my armor is now 4.
Yeah.
yes, and you don't take any hit point damage.
And you can only fix your armor in
Right.
downtime.
And you can fix your armor when we rest, basically.
Cool. I am going to just take the hit for the time being.
Okay. As the dagger it's not like a full stab in, right? Because you are moving quickly and in this form slightly more agile than maybe previously. But you do feel the blade nick across your stomach. And can you make me?
No, go away.
Oh, actually, I need our character sheet. Hold on 1 second.
What are you trying to do?
I just want to know I'm trying to figure out what role it'd be. I'm going to say it's going to be a strength.
Okay, what's it for?
So this is to resist something. So this is a
So you
reaction
could
roll
do
from
a
me.
reaction roll. I don't know if you need, well, I don't know if you need to choose a trait for that, or if you can just do a reaction.
Reaction works similar to action rolls, except they don't generate hope and fear
Yeah.
or additional GM moves.
Yeah, so it's just this exact same roll. It's still a strength roll, but it won't. There's no fear involved.
I
or
want
hope
to.
involved.
I'm gonna. Oh, so I can't spend a hope
No,
for an
you can
experience.
spend to still
Oh.
try and succeed, but in the dice roll itself, you can't gain
I'm-
any hope, and I can't gain any fear.
I'm just spanking a lot right now just to see what happens. So I'm gonna spend a hope to do ignorance is bliss, which is my other experience, and to give me just to be like, I've gone through enough pains, both mental, physical, and I want this. Like I feel like I should be able to take whatever this is giving me.
Just shrug it off.
Shrug it off.
Basically.
Yeah,
Sorry,
effectively.
Liam, I was wrong. You do say what trait to use. And then he rolls the duality dice, but he doesn't do the hope and fear bit.
Yeah, that's fine. So now roll strength 2d12s plus your strength and plus your 3 for your
2.
additional 2 for this one for your experience.
Yep. So plus my strength. But this isn't with hope or thing anyways.
No.
So 25.
Nice.
Okay, so as that cut hits you, and almost that level of ignorance is bliss as you focus away, but you do feel a hot surge before your flames actually like react against whatever was just trying to enter your body. As it would then move. However, as it's beginning to move back to Aileni and Dante's spotlight, and that's where we'll come when we come back to you, I am going to flick over to Volu and Ichi, who found themselves in a strange forest. Ichi themselves maybe about 100 foot out from the glade, but can see a halfling child surrounded by dark figures however, the glowing essence of Volu emanating from the child still clear in Ichi's mind. Sorry, I don't think 100 feet. I think it was more like 60-ish feet. It was not the height of Aileni. Volu themselves finds themselves in a village that is both completely new but also familiar. A mocking replication of Out of Corruption with no living forms seeming to be around, but the signs of hobs, fires burning, cauldrons bubbling, papers and things just left around as if someone was just here reading a moment ago. Before Volu, very aware now of the 5 inky figures that seem to be surrounding them, and the mood shift that Volu is very attuned to, as it's almost like it went from day to dusk in like seconds as you suddenly became aware of the people around you. What would you like? It is your spotlight. What would you like to do first? And again, if we're not sure, this is where you can just pass to each for the moment and come back. Obviously, a failed roll passes it over to myself, but if you think that right now Volu is sort of stuck pondering, thinking, it's perfectly fine to pass the spotlight.
I'm trying to, because last time I was trying to focus on getting to the temple, and that was how I was navigating my way through. And then I ended up in this town because I got distracted and started thinking about home. All the things around. Am I far away from any of these houses, or am I slap bang in the middle of the town?
So it's, and I say town, it's more of a village, like literally like
Yeah.
a village in a glade, right? We're talking 8 buildings with one large central building. The closest one to you, there is one pretty close that looks like a basic house. Looks like maybe two, maybe 3 people live there. And all of the
Okay.
figures right now are on the edge of the glade. So there may be not a close distance, not very close. So maybe about 20, 25 feet-ish from you.
Okay, they're close, not very close. Okay, that is important. I will try and go into the nearest house.
Okay, you're trying to hide, take cover, or you just so you easily can move in, and as you look around, there's this doesn't seem any more familiar to you than just the general vibe that you've been getting, but you can see that there's almost like a station for grinding and cutting herbs, but all again this weird mockery made of corruption. So there's just piles of pink and pulpy mush where almost it's trying to replicate like ground leaves and other such things that you would actually use a more and pestle on. On the other side, there's like 2 small sofas around a fire, and a stairs that leads up to what you assume is potentially a bedroom space.
Okay. Can I head up into the bedroom space?
Yeah. Again, are you just moving quickly, trying to move stealthily, just rushing?
At this point, no, I'll move quickly still.
Okay, so you rush up there. As you come up into the bedroom space, it is like all one. If you imagine the entire building is the upstairs floor, and there's like a central double bed. You see a cot and some toys and some other clothes and all the such things dotted around the room.
Is there like a wardrobe or
Yeah,
like
a
yeah.
pink sludgy wardrobe.
Can I attempt to hide in the wardrobe?
Yes, you make me an agility roll if you wish.
Ooh, agility. Oh, well, we'll try that. It's 2d12, isn't it?
Yes, plus your agility.
What? That is 9 plus 7 is 17 with hope.
Oh, nice. Not mark yourself a hope, and that is a success as you creep in. It is a little weird and damp, like as the weird fabrics, the sludgy corruption fabrics sort of brush up against you. But you do manage to take a hiding spot. I'll now move over to Ichi. So obviously you've just seen Volu you're seeing for Ichi, you're almost seeing the you can also tell your vision is being messed with, because you're seeing the little child halfling running away, but obviously you're almost seeing the outline of Volu's actual energy. But it's almost weird for you, Ichi. It's definitely not an illusion, because that should break it. Like with most illusions, knowing that it's an illusion and it sort of usually messes with it. It's almost like this is the story the place is trying to tell. But what would you like to do is you can see the figures starting, not yet entering the glade, but beginning to shift towards the house that the child halfling has run towards. Also, before you go, to be clear for everyone on ranges, Melee range is obviously in melee, can hit them with a melee weapon.
Mhm.
There is then very close, far, and very far. So there are only those sort of denominations. I can give you rough estimations of things generally if you wish. If you want to, if you know, when I say I'll try and. I'm going to have to judge my distances as well. I'm going to try and give both the feet and the measurement for people. But yes, right now, so they are about 60 from you, so they are close range right now.
You were describing, like, do I see anything around this child, like this environment that...
You can see the village, sorry, yes, the same thing that village. So you can see that there's, and it looks like, for you, it looks like maybe like a small logging village, something like that. Like, and as you sort of glance around, it's like forest as far as you can see in every other direction. It's like this place was like out in the sticks on its own sort of vibe.
Do I see the things around, like the threats that you were describing?
Yes, the five sort of shadowy, inky figures that are slowly moving in. They are, so this is it. So the village, like where the house where Volu's gone, is far from you, maybe about 80, coming up to 100 foot. Whereas the figures are close. The larger end are close, but they're at the 60-foot range on the edge of the glade.
And as much as this individual seems different, I sense Volu's kind of like energy. Like that's kind of what I see.
If you imagine, it's like you're seeing this little kid, and then there's like a green outline of the actual Volu.
Yeah.
That you can see.
Almost as if there's like a shadow over the top of them that is Volu.
Yeah.
Volu! I'm here! Don't worry! And I'm just going to start sprinting towards them.
Okay, as you called out, 2 or 3 of the figures look towards you. But Ichi there... So again, very similar to what Dante and the others are seeing in terms of entirely inked faces except for a soul expression. But whereas those faces had the sort of predatory eyes and creepy smile, these almost look afraid. And as 3 of them can sort of look like they're going to continue, 2 of them sort of turn to block you. However, the spotlight is still in your stance.
My main focus at the moment is getting to Volu. So as I'm sprinting towards them and they kind of like cross in front of me, I kind of like get to about 30 feet away from them and kind of like jump into the air and go into a dive to start burrowing.
Okay.
In which I am going to use my experience from the earth as a plant individual that has like this connection to the earth, just to start like crawling my way through and down and try and go underneath and up the other side.
Okay, and I'm going to say as you do this, nobody's there really to see, but would you like to describe how Ichi has come through looking in this world?
So
and maybe he's seeing for the first time as his hands come into view.
As Ichi like launches into a dive and their arms kind of like come out in front of them, they notice that the succulent image that Ichi once was has almost been encased in this chitinous mushroom, almost like natural armor of plates upon plates, almost like armadillo-esque in terms of like where one finishes, another one continues underneath. But when Ichi was connecting with the energy and trying to fall in with all the different colors that were kind of like affecting Ichi as they reached out to everyone else's extraplanar energy, there's that bioluminescence that you get from fungi of the dark purples, the rich reds, and the dark umbras and oranges, just all kind of like coming in each layer, almost as if underneath all this chitinous armor, Ichi is still there, but the essence of all of his friends are helping bring him into this extraplanar realm.
I love it. And then can you give me I'm going to ask for a strength as you almost to try to like burrow through them and
Yeah.
like blast them aside as you dig your way through.
So I roll 2
And
dice, add my strength, and then add the
If
experience
you,
plus
if
2.
you, yeah, so spend a hope, knock off a hope if you haven't already.
Wonderful. So I'm down
and
to 2 because I started with 3. Was that it?
no, you start with 2.
Start with 2, so I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh, okay. So that is a. Oh god. Why is this harder maths? 16. So 15 plus 2 is 17 with fear.
Okay. So I go up to 5 fear. However, you do succeed. As you dig in, you blast the first 2 aside and just begin like pulsing forwards. The 3 others almost react as if you had just let off your fear.
Oh yeah, my watch as well.
As
My
all
Observe the Extraplanar.
as all of a sudden they like freeze in place. But almost the weird, twisted nature of this realm, they react a little different. And they turn now. The fearful faces are. It's aggression, but not predatory. It's like kill it or we die. It's like desperation on
Yeah.
on the
Fight or flight response,
the
and this is
mask-like
fight.
faces. And I'm going to spend. So we get to interrupt because you roll with fear. I'm going to spend 2 to have all 3 of them turn on you. So I'm down to 3. And they
Down
are
to 2.
because I get to interrupt because he rolled a fear and
Oh,
I'm spending
sorry.
2.
Yes.
No, it's all good. And all 3 of them are going to turn on the spot and just pulse towards you. Ichi, first thing that's interesting. It is all corruption and it is, still made out of all the same goopy stuff. But as the first one reaches out with you, like vines are bursting from the ground and starting to like rush towards you. As the second moves, they're almost like there's like greenish tints and lights, and everything about them, except the fact that they are actually corruption, it's like it's trying to give off Fae.
Okay.
As first one, as the vines, you jump aside as a like almost like wall of vines rips past you. The second one rushing in close, like almost with a clawed bestial hand as it tries to strike up. Again, catching it with the shield, and the third sort of blasting an energy blast in your direction. Ooh, for a 20 this time.
So what do I look for that with?
What's your evasion?
My evasion is 9.
Okay, so you sort of dodged, blocked, and the final blast that like clips you across the shoulder. You feel like the searing, almost. It reminds you for a second of like radiant flame. Is that a sacred flame? That sort of radiant burn. As you okay, so only 3 points of damage. So I'm pretty sure that's in your minor.
Yeah, that's a minor for me. So it's just one health.
One, unless you wish for it to absorb into your armor.
And you can take stress instead. Is that correct?
Some people have that ability. Yes,
I have the get back up ability of like if it was severe damage, I can mark a stress to reduce it by 1 severity.
Yeah, I've got some stuff like I see it coming can reduce it if.
Yeah, there are some abilities in there that do that, but as standard, so it's up to you whether you mark 1 hit point or have it absorb into your armor.
I will have it absorb into my armor. I have 4 armor, so that 1 shield gets filled, yes?
Yeah. And then, so as you sort of brace against the shot, it deflects upwards, almost like scuffing and marking. There's almost like a green tint to your shoulder plate now where it's struck. However, the spotlight turns back to you. I'm going to say for Volu, from your hidden space, you heard the muffled call. And as you sort of just crack, you can now hear the sounds of spells and fighting and coming from outside.
Oh, okay. Is there a window in this bedroom?
There is.
Can I look out the window and see anything?
You creep towards the window, and you can see. At first, it doesn't look like Ichi. There's some sort of armored mushroom creature currently contending with 3 of the gloopy shadow figures. But again, as they spin and sort of pulse outwards with their energy, you recognize the sort of sense of Ichi's Watcher's Will, Abjure the Extraplanar, as it pulses out, not enough to reach you and give you the fear, but almost you feel the vibration in the air that gives you a hint that maybe that is one of your friends.
Okay. So seeing that, can I open the window? When can you use domain cards?
Whenever you
Anytime
like.
that it
As long
applies.
as you've got the cost to spend, you know, if it says spend a hope or spend a fear, as long as you've got it, you can do it.
How much does it cost again? I think it's 1.
It's only got a cost if it says it in the blurb. The actual number on the top of the card is a recall cost, which doesn't apply to you right now because we've only got like below 5.
That's for when we're higher level and we have more cards and we want to swap them in and out.
I'm trying to find my detail for Bolt Beacon.
Bolt Beacon. So
I think
Bolt Beacon is make a spellcast roll. You just do it. So if
Yeah,
you
so
make a
that's not
spellcast roll, if you're successful, then you spend a hope to do the bolt.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna aim towards the people attacking the big mushroom fella, and do my bolt.
Okay. So
Bolt
roll a
beacon.
spellcast. So your spellcast is strength. So roll a strength with the 2d12.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that for now. Where have my d12s gone? I just had them. There's 1.
Oh, they also. It's like that's like a guiding bolt.
Yeah, it is.
So you spend
There's
a
the glow
hope to do
afterwards,
damage. You spend a hope to
Yeah.
do damage, and then interesting. So it doesn't make them advantage to hit. It makes them vulnerable, which is extra damage.
Yeah, and it would be 2d8 that magic because you've got a 2 proficiency. So if you hit them, it's not just d8 plus 2, it's 2d8 plus 2.
So that is. Oh, hang on. I'm being dumb. That's a 6. Okay. That is 19 with hope.
Okay, mark yourself a hope, and that is definitely a hit. What does it look like in the? Because it's. I imagine for Volu, you were trying to guiding bolt. In this strange, corrupted world, how does it look as it emanates from Volu?
So I kind of make the most unusual. I kind of like deal with that, and it kind of just flows through me. But this kind of, I almost feel a rumble in the ground, and it pulsates. It's almost like a shimmer goes across the corruption, and then it pulsates from the base of my feet like I'm pulling it from the ground itself and expelling it, and it goes flying out of my hands.
Nice. And as it soars through, which one would you like to hit? There's the one closest to you that was doing like a ranged attack against him, and
The
then
one closest to Ichi.
Okay, so the one that's come up with the blade. As Ichi, you sort of, again, you blocked with the shield, took a shot to the shoulder, and as you look up, another bolt that seems to be aiming for you before it swings to the side and in one swift motion just explodes the goopy creature that's in front of you.
Okay, so what? So because I was successful, did it 2d8?
So if you want to, you can spend a hope to do 2d8 plus 2 magic damage.
Okay, if it's exploded already? Should I do
that?
So
my assumption was that you were doing damage.
Yeah, okay. You were going to anyway. So.
Okay. I am going to do that. The hope I got, I'm just not going to mark it and take it.
Yeah.
So I'm still on 3 hope.
Would you cast that spell and not do damage?
So
well,
I don't know.
If you didn't have the hope, you could still make them vulnerable.
I suppose
right?
you could make them vulnerable because they're radiant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, it's nice that if you miss, you don't have to spend. It's not that it's.
So I got. That's not hope and fear, is it? The damage.
No.
No.
Okay. Ooh, okay, that's good. That's 12.
Okay, so for that,
plus
yeah.
my proficiency. So that's what
No.
was my.
So the 2d8 is the 2 is the proficiency. So the fact that you're doing 2d8, not 1d8, that's where your
Proficiency makes more
proficiency
dice,
comes in.
not a bonus.
Ooh, okay, so 12.
Nice. Okay, and as that strikes again, it does completely explode in front of Ichi. Ichi, you can see Volu sort of from the window from the house behind.
As that's all kind of like happening, Ichi brings themselves to their feet, like kind of like burrowing out, pushing up with the strikes and everything that have been happening towards me, and then those two individuals like almost deapparating and splattering. Ichi turns, kind of like sees Volu lending aid, turns to the other two, the other three, because two are gone. I bushed through
Yeah.
two, and then
Mm-hmm.
do they still have their kind of like scared faces on them?
They are, yes, and they seem fixated on you more than the child slinging magic from the window.
I turn to them, like gesture my blade towards them, and I'm just gonna like kind of like yell out to them. We're new to this world wherever we may be, so if you value your lives, stand down. We pose no threat. And I am going to use my bold presence card to well, if I'm making a persuasion roll, then I'll use it to spend a hope and add my strength roll to it, to add my strength modifier to it.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
I'm also going to be attempting to use my experience of stronger together now that Volu is engaging with me. There's that sense of like more confident, of like he's not fighting alone. Ichi has his friend once again with him to hopefully give me that extra +3 as well.
I like it. I like it.
Whoop. Why has my dice gone up? 1 second. I'll be back.
This dice roll was brought to you by.
I'm back. Would you like me to roll a presence?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. So this is a +2, then +3 because of stronger together, and then +3 on top of that from strength because of bold presence. I am now down to 0 hope.
No hope.
Oh dear. Okay. It's fine. So we got 3 + 3 is 6 +2 is 8 +8 from that dice brings me up to 16 +5 takes me up to 21 with fear.
Oh,
You get a
interesting.
fear.
So I get a fear back up to 4 fear.
Yeah.
I seem to just be rolling with fear today. This is not good. Where's the hope for Ichi?
Yeah.
He woke up as a mushroom. Come on.
Yeah, I think he is the hope for some people. As you call out,
That just means that you're a fun guy.
I was 1 second. So 1 hour,
God.
approximately an hour in. That's when the first joke happened.
Can I get hope for that?
No.
No, I get fear.
Yeah.
We all get stress.
Yeah. So, Ichi, you call out, extend your sword, and almost again, you're not purposefully doing this, but almost it's like, whereas before you almost had to tap into that Watcher's energy, it's almost like it's just radiating out of you now. Again, as all of them, or everyone here has experienced almost their natural relations have been enhanced in certain ways. Yours itself is also just pulsing out, and as you bellow out that final command, firstly they all freeze, but not in a way that's like creatures freezing. It's like literally like the scene freezes, except you and Volu, and everything stops. As you would also look up to Volu, the image is no longer distorted, and you are seeming to be seeing normally. Volu, you're also no longer really being mentally affected. You almost that fear and emotion that was building up in you seems to have subsided. I think Volu, you would think that for the moment, in the same way as you can sort of will it to get you to be somewhere, he just seems to have imparted his own will over this space, and in commanding them to stop, the corruption has stopped. And as we pause in that freeze frame, that is where we're going to end part 1.
Oh, no.
Thank you very much
No.
for playing. I hope you have enjoyed our little delve into Daggerheart. The rules, I honestly, I really like the spotlight thing. And I think we're doing the rules okay. Feel free to tell us in the comments if we're messing anything up, and we will fix it for next time. But thank you for joining. As always, thank you for playing. If you're enjoying the adventure so far and want to see what happens next, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out next. And as always, roll well.
This is the end of part 1. Part 2 airs Sunday 7 PM GMT, or will be linked in the top right of your screen now. Thank you for watching, and roll well.